I came up with the idea of vibration state a few years ago when reading the book Journeys Out of the Body by Robert Monroe. And he used the term vibration state throughout that book. For Twez and I, it's all about drum and bass. That's really the foundation of what we do. Vibration state seemed like the perfect description. We come from completely different musical backgrounds. Our styles, I'd say he's more of a metal guy, like old school metal.
80s metalhead, you know. Maiden, Priest, you know, all the good old heavy metal.
And metal was never really my style, but I love jazz, I love Latin, R&B, old school, Motown, 70s, disco, funk. You know, as a bass player, some of the most inspirational bass lines came from those eras.
And I'm certainly have always been inspired by all the amazing musicians out of that whole metal era. I consider Zeppelin, you know, one of the first metal. I mean, Bonham, there's not much more to be said than just groove master, you know, hammer of the gods.
And that's the one thing that we really have in common. It's all about groove. Groove transcends all genres of music. So it doesn't matter if I come from an R&B background and he comes from a metal background. There's always that groove that's in common. The way it all started was about 10 years ago. Dave and I, we met playing together in a fairly heavy band. It was started by myself and a mutual guitar friend. He was a great metal guitarist, and we decided to start this band called Division Against. The idea was shredding metal guitar with just grooving, funky bass lines, my style, and fusing those together. When we were looking for a drummer, Johnny mentioned he knew a great drummer that he'd worked with before and a good friend of his, which was Twez, and he brought him in, and there was an instant connection between Twez and I, that drum and bass foundation. Division Against was a four-piece band, and trying to keep a band together is a challenge. As quickly as things came together with that band, and as much momentum as we had moving forward, it all fell apart that quickly as well. I think that the lifespan of Division Against was somewhere in the area of 8 to 10 months approximately. Didn't even make it 1 year. But we had well over an album's worth of material. We were gigging regularly, starting to really gain some traction on the Denver scene. And this was around 2003, 2004.
I always look back at the Division Against days because we put out some pretty amazing music.
But after Division Against fell apart, Dave and I, we still maintained a great friendship. And Dave was in several bands, I was in a couple different musical projects. But when we came back together for Vibration State, we look at it as a continuation of what we've always done. And again, it's that drum and bass foundation. All about the groove. You would still hear a lot of Division Against influence in what we do in the rhythm section.
So Jason's songwriting has really just come so far since we've been together, and what he had written, you know, in the past. It's great that we can, again, communicate with each other and just really do some amazing things together.
I don't think in terms of genre. I think more in terms of what the intent is behind each song. So I see genres as nothing more than different elements to draw from.
I really like how Jason comes up with the songs, the meaning behind what the songs are about.
I have somewhere in the ballpark of about 200 song ideas that have been recorded, and it might just be a guitar part, guitar, bass, and drums.
The drum parts I come up with are just really from the heart, so I just love the way we do it.
There's plenty of creativity that wants to come out and try different things, transcend the boundaries of genre, and that's really what Vibration State is all about. It's this journey into somewhat of a musical unknown. We don't know where this is going. This is an evolution of sorts.